You're about to listen to TADPOG. Tyler and Dave play old games. It's a comedy video game podcast. We would like to stress that the hosts are not experts and are really just very crass commentators. Seriously, this is an explicit podcast that happens to talk about video games sometimes. So please enjoy this pretty okay podcast with Tyler and Dave.
Hello, Internet.
You sound sad.
Why don't y'all go ahead and pull up a chair?
Oh, I didn't realize you were doing the whole, Alabama lawyer thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Why don't y'all gentle folk, pull up a chair? Pull up a chair and hear two artisanal podcasters spin their craft.
Did you just call us autistic? And I'm sorry, it's more South Carolina than Georgia. Or
yeah, a little more genteel. What is it?
We have Georgia listeners.
Andy's character on The Office, like,
Right.
You're dripping molasses out your mouth.
That's not going to be on Netflix anymore.
I know. I mean, we've got another, year of it.
It's an end of an era.
Yeah.
It really is. Because, I remember when Netflix streaming started, I remember being real excited about it, and they had, 7 things on it. One of those things was The Office.
Yep.
And it's like, holy shit, it's not going to be there anymore.
What is it? It accounts for 12% of all Netflix viewership?
Is that
Something
right?
like
I
that.
believe it, man, because it's it's so fucked up that it's been on Netflix so long that The Office, Netflix is more synonymous to me than NBC as far as The Office goes.
Yeah.
Because it's it just seems like it's been on Netflix longer than NBC, right? It has to have.
Yeah, you're probably right. Shit. But, man, I'm not going to buy an NBC streaming service. I'm not.
No, fuck that. I am going to buy a Disney streaming service for sure.
That's the only other one I will buy. Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, and I'll pick up Disney, and that's it. I'm done with streaming services.
I'll probably drop Crunchyroll for Disney.
I've dropped Crunchyroll because at this point I'm just watching it for Boruto, and that's on
Probably on Hulu or
YouTube.
something.
Yeah. A lot of it is on Hulu. So
Well, that's the thing. It's I don't know, man. I think Crunchyroll is going to get pushed out of the market because it is they're very specific, right? They're going to retain a certain number of people, but it's is that going to be enough to keep Crunchyroll around? I don't know. Plus, a lot of some people in chat on Twitch have really said negative things about Crunchyroll. The Crunchyroll demographic has been fuck Crunchyroll. So it's oh God, that is it's not looking good for Crunchyroll.
I guess it's just 'cause, their free service is really bad. Really bad.
Is that what it's all about?
The ads,
Oh yeah.
oh,
right.
You're gonna. I remember trying to watch it, and it was I was 5 or 6 minute long commercials deep. Is this just a what is this?
What is this? VH1?
I mean,
What
YouTube,
is
you have
this?
3 commercials in a 20-minute video. Okay, that's all right. I don't mind that. But fuck yeah, Crunchyroll was ridiculous.
And it worked on me because the reason I have a Crunchyroll subscription in the first place is because when you and I were talking about Supari sumo wrestling for the NES, there was that anime that I wanted to at least watch an episode on where it's sumo wrestling but with boobs and butts.
Yeah,
And
about
I
that.
tried to watch it for free on Crunchyroll, and it was oh my God, I'll give you $7 for 1 month in order to watch this one episode so I can talk about it on the show, which I didn't.
But you're doing it now, so
Yeah, it paid off. Months and months later. And then I couldn't unsubscribe because there's one fucking show on there called 100% Teacher Pascal that Henry loves. And it's it's nowhere else. So it's he's watched all of it at least 3 times. And it's every time, he doesn't talk about it anymore. He's out of it now. But the moment I fucking cancel that, he's going to be I want to watch 100% Teacher Pascal. And I guess in that case, if that happens, I just pick it back up.
Well, it's gone. They canceled it.
Sorry, Crunchyroll. It's it's on its way out, Henry.
Their market share crashed.
We got Disney instead.
Yeah.
You know that Lightning McQueen thing that you have? That's from a movie.
There you go. That'll work.
We tried watching Cars 2 with him at one point, and because that's the one that we have. I don't know why we have Cars 2.
I was about to say that's the bad one.
I haven't seen any of them. And it's
Neither have
like,
I.
and it's like, but it can't be as good as the first one. I mean, right?
I mean, I've heard like that Cars 2 was Pixar's like one like failure.
Yeah.
Like, they're pretty consistent across the board, but like Cars
Up
2
until
was their
Disney
bad
bought them
one.
kind of deal.
Yeah.
Well, Henry agrees because he will not, like, he will watch the first scene in that movie and then he's like, I'm good on cars. Let's play with some cars.
Where are the drivers, Father? This is creepy. They're like, are they giant bugs that look like cars? What are they?
Yeah,
I don't like this. It's unsettling.
I don't understand. Speaking of Henry, you remember last week I talked about not liking to go to the park and he always wants to go to the park?
Yes.
Hi, I'm Dave, your bespectacled host, and this past Sunday I went to the park
Oh, shit.
with Henry. And
Drained your introvert battery.
I did, really, truly. And it's like you could hear me bitching about it on the stream that I did for Gemfire, which we're going to be talking about today, presumably, maybe. And yeah, here's what makes it better. Bring a dog. You bring a dog to the park, and all of a sudden it's not weird anymore. Now it's just like, it's weird for me because it's like, I have an issue like being out and about with my son, but it's like bring a dog, and all of a sudden it's like, well, dogs like the outside.
Sorry, it's because today is my birthday. We were recording on my birthday, so
You don't have to apologize
I'm
for your
getting texts
birthday.
from Kenna on my birthday.
You want to pause?
No, I'm okay. It's mostly just emojis.
Mostly about cars too.
Yeah, she loves it. On the other hand,
Yeah.
no, I think she liked that Blaze cartoon.
Is that a drug thing?
Yeah, it's a car. It's a big like monster truck. It's similar to cars, but they're all monster trucks, and all the animals in the world are like some car version of that animal, like crabs and monkeys and
So it's
everything.
if Wiley won, essentially.
Yeah, shit, man, you're right.
Or actually, I guess it's more of an Eggman move. What if they joined forces?
That's true. They have to have the sentient cars with all the animals that are robotic. But you took the dog to the park with you.
Yeah, that's fine. That's pretty much the end of the story.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Dave. That was my intro story.
Did Henry like playing with Clementine at the park, or
No.
did he just want to go off and do his own thing?
Yeah, he just did his own thing.
Fuck that dog.
Nikki handled him. I handled Clementine. It was great.
Okay. All right.
I walked around that park like 2 times with her. She was done by the time it was great. I mean, it was awesome.
Okay.
Got to do some leash training with her. It's good.
Had a tired dog and a tired kid.
No, he wasn't tired.
Oh.
Everyone else in the family was tired. But we got home and I was even like, hey, man, you want to take a nap? No. And he's like looking all cracked out. I'm like, you need to take a nap. You look tired. No, I'm not. That's like, all right. Well, you're going to bed early then. But you're not going to know it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Move the clock.
Oh, look at that.
It's
7:30.
bedtime.
He can't tell time.
Oh, yeah. All analog clocks. Yeah.
So,
Fuck
no,
them.
we got digital clocks. He just doesn't know. Doesn't get that yet. We haven't taught him that yet.
Yeah, I wonder if Kenna can do that. She knows her numbers, but I don't know. I don't think she could put it together to like 743. Those numbers are out of order, Daddy.
Yeah, we still do. We're still in the 1 and 1 is 11. Is that like that's the when we do like simple math stuff and it's like what's 1 plus 1? 11. It's like I get that. If you put a 1 in front of a 1, it is 11.
I see that logic. Keep that logic, but also know this.
But also it's wrong. Yeah. Also, Cars 2 is a lie. Vehicles are death traps, son.
But-
Always wear your safety belt.
But since it's my birthday, I do have a bowl of LIT.
You do. You're drinking out of a literal Tupperware bowl.
Yeah, I didn't have any large enough glasses that I felt like were clean, and I had another big glass I showed you, but I also that's RCAJ's. I didn't want that to smell like liquor, so
I like your
now I have a
explanation.
bowl.
I like the truth better.
Yeah.
When I was like, hey, man, why didn't you drink out of that glass you offered me? And you're like, that's funnier to drink it out of a bowl.
It's
like, that's fair.
It's
It
not
is.
a total lie, 'cause it is funnier.
No, it's not a lie at all.
My normally big Bubba glass I didn't bring out of the annex like 2 weeks ago, so there's probably mold in
It's
that.
full of pubic hair. Yeah.
I mean, I have opened it up before, and like green dust immediately poofed out of it because
Yeah,
I
that's a bad sign.
forgot about it in a corner.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm your beard host, Tyler. And yeah, I'm 35 now.
Oh, boy. Man. You poor man. You poor man.
I'm the same age as my wife. Gosh. Good.
I don't know what you're going to do.
I don't know either. And it does suck because she's not here. She's with Jack in Louisville. Jack Witten had surgery. Went well. He's recovered. Everything's great. He may have to have another surgery. They're looking into it, so they're still up there for a little while longer. So yeah, just me and the rest of the kids.
And I'm here right now.
That's true.
I'll be gone like in 2 hours. That's a lie. I just looked at the time. It's like, I'll be here at least 3.
Yep.
And then it's home for me to play Super Mario Maker 2.
How is that?
It's okay. So here's the deal. And this is I love that you asked this question because I am not a good reviewer because my quote unquote review of Gemfire, you notice I said it right? I really put a lot of effort. Gemfire.
Gem.
Is going to be 100% tainted by Bloodstained, Ritual of the Night, and Super Mario Maker 2.
Oh.
And I know that because Ritual of the Night is totally influencing how I feel about Mario Maker 2. I love Mario Maker 2, but I am addicted to Ritual of the Night. Like,
Is that on the Switch store?
yes, it is. It's on Switch.
Maybe that's what I'll get myself for my birthday.
And not only is it on Switch, in Discord, Doc was in there talking about how it is like jumped up, like it's broken in the top 10 of like eShop Switch games.
There you go, Konami. Fuck you. Fuck
Yeah.
you for not fucking realizing it, and now hopefully it's taken out of your hands forever.
Yeah, it's tough for me to say that. I mean, I get it. Like they deserve it. Like Konami deserves that.
Yep.
They definitely do. But I don't know. On the other hand, I kind of hold a torch for
The Belmont.
the Belmonts. Yeah.
I'm gonna say Belmont.
Well,
That's who they should have made.
right.
Should've
That's
made
in Ritual of the Night.
Belmonts.
Miriam Belmont.
And the vampire Draculo.
Right? Well, Dracula, as we know, as the X-Men comics have shown us, you can do anything you want with Dracula.
That's
it don't
true.
matter.
That's
You
true.
and I, if you wanted to start calling ourselves the Dracula Show with special guest Dracula, we could do that. He is in the public domain. We're good to go.
2 Draculas and a Dracula. It's a really good podcast.
I'll start on the art immediately. Just kidding. I'm not going to do that.
Oh, well, I don't really have any intros. I've been in Louisville a lot. I don't have any other intros besides
I
a
talked
Jack
about going
update.
to the park, man. You're fine.
You want to do some AskReddits? We got
Of
some
course.
good.
Well,
good,
wait. No,
Waiting.
wait. Before we do that, Tyler, it is your birthday. What is your number one birthday wish? Number one. Number one. I mean, I do wish Melissa and Jack were here. But I said number
But
one.
my number one.
I did say number one. You're thinking
my number one would probably to talk about Gemfire as little as possible and do like 40 minutes of AskReddit.
Yeah, okay. That's
okay.
what I figured. Yeah, all right. Well,
Then Melissa and Jack be home.
close number 2. Close second.
Oh, so close.
So close.
So close.
All right, let's do that. For your birthday.
For my
Remember,
birthday.
everybody, it's for Tyler's
Oh, yeah.
birthday.
Well, it's a show, 2 old guys play old games. Tyler and Dave.
Yeah, we didn't do that.
Hey, the randomizer gave us
all hail the
a game.
randomizer.
All hail the randomizer. It's infinite wisdom.
Yeah, we're both drinking. Enjoy this shit show.
Yep. That's why I brought out a bottle of LIT and it was like, this game's gonna be hard to talk about. It's
Absolutely.
my birthday. I'm gonna get a little drunk.
Absolutely. It's going to be difficult to talk about.
So
It's a tough one, too, because it is a game that people enjoy.
yep.
It's a...
So for one, I'm not gonna shit on it. It's just hard to talk about.
Yeah,
So I'm not avoiding it because I want to rag all over it. It's just,
me neither. And I know we're going to talk about the game.
and it was hard to play in Louisville because I tried playing it in Jack's room, like holding him, and it was.
That's not a good holding a baby game.
'cause
to
I was just
play.
like, Jack, what the fuck is this?
What's a fifth unit, Jack? But it's like one of those things where it's like all right, I'll say this about Gemfire right off the bat. You saying that reminded me of a thought I had where it's like when I was playing it, it's like this kind of game, Gemfire, it's a tactical turn-based game, but it's to a pretty like granular level.
Yep.
It's almost like, to me, it's almost like a sports game where it's like you really have to enjoy this genre in order to like get the most out of this kind of game.
Yeah, that's very, very true.
Because Koei did it, and they're like,
that's like their bread and butter.
that is their thing. That's what they did. It's definitely what
Dude.
they did. I don't know if it's what they do. Let's do Ask Reddit.
All right, let's see.
What are we going to ask Reddit today?
Yeah, AskReddit.
Why is the base of my penis dry?
I thought you said the head of your penis was dry. Is it the base
Nah,
of
it's
your
the
penis?
base. Yeah.
Huh. Are you trimmed up real short?
Nah,
You got some wild growth.
I do. I need to cut it back a little bit. It's a little more fierce than usual.
Yeah, probably need a lotion-based lubricant for masturbation.
I think it's a. Do you want to get into it real quick?
Sure.
I think it's okay. So to fill everybody in, if you didn't hear the last 30 seconds, the base of my penis
Tune back in.
is dry.
Base of penis.
Did we get a keyword? How's our SEO doing for this episode? Base of my penis is dry. And the kind of dry where it's like, you know how in the winter, like the webbing, like we all have webbing between our fingers, like giant frogmen, right?
Yeah. We're very good swimmers.
You're right. You know, sometimes that'll get cracked and dry. It's that kind of action going on. And I have several theories as to why that might be. First theory, I've been using a lubricant that is intended for use in water. So it's an Astroglide. It's like Astroglide X or something like that. It's extreme.
Astroglide Weapon X.
Right, exactly. It
cuts right through your penis.
Right. You put an adamantium rod, what do they call it? A sounding rod, just right into the pee-pee hole. And
flick it.
You strike it. You play a xylophone with it. So it could be that, because I figure, all right, if it's made to like resist water, maybe it's like a moisture thing. I don't know. So there's theory one. Theory two is sometimes I wash my dick in the sink. And I feel like that's
you don't want to take a full shower for
right,
it.
exactly. What I should probably do is
pre-sex or like post-masturbation?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah, I honestly probably wash my dick in the sink more than I wash it in the shower. Like it's I don't know.
Sometimes you'll get in the shower and just not touch it at all.
No, that's also not true. That's if people tell you that, they're lying. I'm a good Christian boy, but I touch my penis in the shower. So maybe it's the harshness of the hand soap, because I'm using hand soap.
Yeah, I can see that.
But I would think it would be the whole length of the whole kit and caboodle. I would think that it would be that, not just the base. So I think what maybe happened
Big fan of your dick's caboodle.
Yeah. Oh, great caboodle.
It's kit. I don't care much for, but I do. You have a fine caboodle.
What it lacks in kit, it makes up for in caboodle, I've been told. So I don't know. Maybe I got a little of that hand soap residue, like nestled up in the untamed wilds that I've got going right now.
Holding the soap on, drying it out. Okay.
Right. So I'm thinking maybe that's theory two. But honestly, we all know with most things, the truth lies in the middle. Yeah. So it's probably a little from column A, a little from column B.
Okay.
Men's Health. I looked up on Men's Health because I was worried, because I was like, I went to Google and I was like, base of penis, dry skin? And the Men's Health article popped up, and I was like, all right, thank God.
Good. As Impresario Tony says, real science here in Men's Health. So let's read this and take it as God-given fact.
Men's Health, a.k.a. the magazine that taught me everything I know about sexuality, could not steer me wrong. And it said it could be up to like 7 different things. But I mainly just...
Probably AIDS.
It was like, number 1, probably AIDS.
Probably AIDS. Possibly super AIDS.
Number 2, most likely AIDS. Watch out. Number 3, dick gonna fall off.
4, pedophilic desires. Oh, shit.
And I stopped reading right there, because I was like, you know what? If this goes any farther, I can't be held responsible.
What is this? The Sports Almanac from? No.
What's this? Biff Tannen's copy of Men's Health? Man, I would love it. Wouldn't Back to the Future 3 be so much better if it ended with Biff Tannen writing for, like, he's a columnist for Men's Health? Like, I just feel like...
Oh, yeah, I've always said that.
Yeah, right. I believe Roger Ebert also said that.
Because I'd read somewhere that they had penned a Back to the Future 4, but it didn't make it to production, and instead, the storyline for Back to the Future 4 is the Telltale game.
Which I haven't played, but I know you have.
It was an early Telltale game, so it definitely... had some things to make up for, but it was interesting, and I had no problem playing it all the way through. It was good enough to keep me engaged and enjoying it, but I didn't walk away like, fuck yeah, that was amazing, like playing The Walking Dead or anything.
I think I own that. Yeah, I think I own Back to the Future. I haven't played it.
Melissa expressed interest because she loves Back to the Future.
Yeah.
So
After your review on this show, I was like, I think I'll play some other games.
yeah, like if you don't have anything else to play and you just want to play, now that Telltale is no more, like if you play their entire library, then play it. Get it there if you want to be a completionist, or just really love Back to the Future. Then I still think if you're a huge fan, it's definitely worth it.
Didn't the guy who voiced Marty McFly, didn't he do a good job? Like I remember people like saying that he was pretty good.
Michael J. Fox was.
Michael J. Fox.
Oh, you're right. He didn't do it. Someone
right?
else did it. It must have been the guy from the cartoon, I'm guessing. Which, yeah, it was a decent job. I remember ever having any problem with it.
Yeah, that's good. All right. I talked about the base of my penis. What's next on the docket?
Whenever we're done, I'll go in and shave your pubes for you, like that episode where Samantha shaves her boyfriend's pubes in Sex and the City.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, I've seen that video. I've seen several of those videos on Pornhub where it's usually a woman shaving another woman. And I remember watching it.
No, it works for two boys, too.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. Yeah.
Because I put that on my comment. I watched that video too, and in the comment, does work for two boys?
My comment was, penis is small.
I do. There is a subreddit I was watching, I've been reading lately called Pornhub Comments. They're all pretty good. I got led there from a post on Sad Cringe, where a guy.
It's a subreddit?
Sad Cringe, like cringe or cringe pics, only it's like specifically cringe that will also make you very sad.
Hey, man, want to get bummed out?
Yeah.
Do I have a subreddit for you?
And it was a guy posting on Pornhub saying, hey, it's my birthday. No one said anything. No one invited me anywhere. No one has any plans. I just thought, like, maybe you guys here be supportive. And everyone there was like, happy birthday, man. Good on you. We're thinking about you. Have a good day. Like a ton, like got more support from Pornhub than he did his real life friends. And that led me to Pornhub comments.
That's Sad Cringe?
I didn't see the follow-up. The follow-up.
Because I was about to say, that's actually kind of like.
Because it was just him asking for it on Sad Cringe, and somebody in the comments said there's more to this, and linked the link on our Pornhub comments that then followed up with all the happy birthday messages.
So all the happy birthday messages were on the Pornhub comments subreddit.
Right.
It wasn't in the comments to a video on Pornhub.
I mean, allegedly it is. It's from Pornhub. Like, people take screenshots of the comments and post
that's
it on
what
Pornhub
that subreddit
comments.
is.
Yep.
I see. I misunderstood that. I just figured it was like Pornhub comments was a subreddit where it's like, we're going to commentate on Pornhub.
Pornography.
Or on Pornhub comments. Where it's like, we don't want to be involved in that conversation. We're going to have our own conversation about those comments in our community.
Man, you remember what show like you hung out with me and Melissa like back in the day and watched that I really miss?
What's that?
It's Dave's Old Porn.
Oh, dude, Dave's Old Porn was great.
That was so good.
I mean, you got Dave Attell, who is fantastic. He's one of my favorite funny men.
Yep.
And then, like, you have adult actors who sit there and watch porn with him, and they're usually pretty annoying. And Dave deals with them like he did on Insomniac. I fucking loved Insomniac, man. Let's just talk about Insomniac for this. You remember that episode where
I'm down to do some Patreon. Hey, if Experience Grind does King of the Hill, we'll just do every episode of Insomniac.
Can we find it? It's not. There's no way that's streaming
I bet
anywhere.
I can find
really?
it. I bet. I mean, Mr. Bay. Surely to God, I bet Mr. Bay has some copies.
Let's wait. Do you think we can get more obscure than Insomniac? Because if we can, I think we should. I mean, Insomniac, I feel like is pretty obscure, but it like definitely has its fans still, right?
Yeah.
It can't just be me.
I'm trying to think of like shitty sitcoms that were canceled like halfway through their run or something like that.
Oh, there's
were
plenty
not well
of those.
received.
Yeah.
We could do those.
All right. You want to do a Patreon podcast like not weekly. Would we just talk about sitcoms?
Yeah, that'd be pretty good.
That'd be good for like 4 episodes, and I feel like I'd be out of material.
Okay. That sounds pretty good. I could do that. All right, let's look in these AskReddits. If one animal was made the size of a blue whale, which would be the scariest?
Centipede, next.
Centipede, you're right. Man, centipede would be pretty fucking scary. I think, what's that one undersea, like, crustacean that can see in like 72 different spectrums and has
I know what you're
these
talking about.
claws that eject out so fast it boils the water around it.
Yeah, I can't remember what they're called. I thought you were going with a different angle when you're like, what's that undersea creature? It's like it eats plankton and it lives in pods and it's the largest animal on the earth. That one probably.
That one. Man, can you imagine how that being big?
Can you imagine if that was as big as a blue whale?
Or an amoeba. An amoeba the size of a blue whale. That would also
How about
be...
an amiibo?
Fuck yeah.
Is that what Nintendo was thinking when they fucking named those? Like, what? I honestly do not know where the term amiibo came from. Like, what, like, weird marketing meeting was that?
I could see that, like, what are the most pleasing sounds to the human ear? Well, we already have me's. People love ah and bo. Wow, amiibo.
That's probably because it is me, M-I-I. Like, but they're not yous. You know what I mean? They're not me's. I don't know. Someone knows. Please let me know.
That's true, yeah. Someone please enlighten us.
Is it because it sounds like amigo? Like it's like a friend?
Like a friend? It could be.
But then why didn't they call them amigos?
Amigos? I don't know. Nintendo of Mexico wouldn't have been happy.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's see. The number one answer on AskReddit is wasps.
That'd be pretty bad.
And then followed by hornets.
Oh, wait. We're dealing with multiples of these animals? Like, it's not just there's one giant one. There's
If one animal, so it's just one of them.
Okay. Well, I feel like we could take care of it.
If one animal, I don't know if it's the entire species. Any insect would be awful.
Yeah, but we could look, that's like government takes care of that. Like, boom,
Yeah.
it's done.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. Like, we saw Garfield whenever in Garfield Game Boy, whenever he was the size of a blue whale.
Yeah, it's true. You're right. But that's Garfield. It's different.
Baboon.
Yeah. I mean, they're terrifying already.
Oh, the pistol shrimp. That's what I was talking about.
Okay.
That's down here, too. The mantis shrimp. That's it, mantis shrimp.
You give any animal a pistol, though, and it's pretty scary.
Any animal with a gun the size of a whale, like a big whale gun.
A big super whale gun.
Fleas.
Fleas would be really gross, yeah. And I mean, they could, like, imagine a flea jumping. A flea the size of a blue whale jumping. Like,
A flea jumps 50 times the length of their body. So make it the size of a blue whale. It's like the Hulk in the original Hulk movie, just jumping. Possums.
Japanese or North American?
Doesn't say, but Japanese one would just be cute.
North American would be the cutest fucking possum in the world.
Tiger beetles, ants, spiders, chickens. A chicken would be one large velociraptor.
I mean, velociraptors are pretty small.
Because here's someone saying chickens are bloodthirsty little creatures. I don't get why people don't realize they are just tiny velociraptors. I watched one of my mom's chickens destroy a rat recently. A giant chicken would be terrifying.
I watched a chicken open a door to a commercial kitchen and terrorize two children. It breathed on the window and scared them very badly.
A 1-year-old kid.
Brought to you by the chicken company, Big Chicken. Yeah, I once saw a chicken eat a dog. Username Big Chicken Corp. Yeah, they're bad.
A mosquito. Mosquito would be pretty fucking awful.
So we're just like, this is just like for funsies. Like anything could survive at that size kind of deal.
Yeah. Let's see.
Because I do like the idea of like making a giant animal. Like, what would be the scariest? A chicken, and then it like just crushes under its own weight. You know,
its
like
legs just
oh
fold.
shit, we got a whole bunch of giant chickens on
That's
there.
a bunch of chicken meat we got there now.
Yeah, there you go. Solve a problem. This spoil real fast though. Can you imagine that? But that apocalypse, where it's like we expect like nukes or something to like be the apocalypse, but it's like, nah, man, just turned out all the chickens in the world got the blue whale size and they died.
Yeah.
And that meat spoiled.
All the methane, like ruined the atmosphere. Earth is going. We turned into Venus.
That's the next fallout.
The chickopocalypse. Introverts of Reddit. When was the most inconvenient time your social battery ran out?
Like, does every day count? Is that an acceptable answer? Is that number one?
Number one is middle of a job interview.
Yeah, but that doesn't count, right? Because I mean, that's like,
why do you want to work here? You know what? I don't. Bye.
Is that introversion or is that like something else?
Yeah, that sounds like something else more than just like.
Like, are the comments to that like, I don't know, man. Sounds like you got something else going on.
My social battery is always drained by 9:30. I can be at a party and I'm over it at 9:30.
I don't know, man. Just depends. As long as I'm home for a bit or by myself for a bit. That's why like leaving work for lunch is like so important. I don't do it on Fridays, and it's like by the end of Friday, it's just kind of like, God damn, this sucks. But like, I don't know. Even today on Tuesdays, swing by Taco John's, of course, pick up some tacos, bring them home for my mom and Henry, and we eat lunch. And it's like, even that, like, that's social, but it's like at home.
It's at home, but yeah, it's your place to recharge.
Yeah, right. It's sanctuary. And it's like, even that, like, I don't know, man, even that car ride is nice because it's like, don't have to deal with anything, you know, other than like staying alive in this moving hunk of plastic and some metal.
Some plastic and I assume some metal.
A bit of metal in there. But I can't really think of a situation where it's like, I can think of more situations where it's like my social battery is already done for the day and someone's like, hey man, you want to do something? Like I can think of more situations that way. Like that happens constantly.
Yeah.
Or it did. Now it doesn't because people think that I'm an asshole because I don't like to talk to them when my social batteries run down.
That's like that time Josh's social battery was at 0, and we wanted to go to Lambert's in Missouri, and he refused to go, so we just weren't going to accept that. So we wrestled into the car and just left. He was very mad.
Yeah, I can see him being extreme. I would be extremely mad.
He was more mad. He said it was the worst moment of his life when we saw these, instead of Welcome to Kentucky, we saw Welcome to Alabama, and we turned the wrong way out of Lambert's and went an hour and a half out of our way.
I'd be pretty mad too. The worst day of your life, though, that's pretty good.
That's pretty good if a trip to Lambert's is the worst day of your life.
That's pretty good. That's like a, man, I would love to have that. Be like, what's the worst day of your life? I wound up in Arkansas, cut an hour and a half out of my day.
Worst
day ever.
What episode do you hate in a TV series or just in a series that you love?
So one episode?
I can think of that.
What is it?
I love How I Met Your Mother. I love that show. But there is one episode of that I think is one of the worst episodes in television history.
Which one is it?
An episode where Marshall is like lying back and forth about a monkey stealing his wallet in the zoo. And it is so strange and out of context for the show that it is just the worst episode.
How big of
episode.
I thought you were going to be like, I didn't like it because it's this big ripoff of that Seinfeld episode where Kramer was feuding with the monkey in the zoo.
I mean, I guess it could have been. But yeah, that I fucking loathe.
It's tough. I can't because here's my deal with like all the shows that I've seen. It's like, it's not just one episode that's bad. It's like a patch where it's like The Office. Look, I hate to be that guy, but when Steve Carell left that show wasn't over, but it's like, if they wanted to go on, they should have like set a fucking expiration date on that, where it's like, we're going to wrap some shit up with some other characters. It's going to take a season and then we're done. Like, because the season afterwards is not that bad, but it's like, it just fucking like deteriorates.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I'm with you. And then I think Brandy Jr. is the exception where she thinks the show gets better after Michael leaves.
Why?
Which
can we get her in here real quick?
She didn't like Michael very much.
But that's like the show.
I know. That's why like she liked all the other characters except Michael, and then whenever he left, she was like, man, this show's really good now. There was a joke about this, but like if David Brent had come in and been like replaced Michael, like Ricky Gervais, like that would have been going. I think that would have been.
I think that would have been really funny, but like I don't know.
Well, I think the stint that is my least favorite are the Will Ferrell episodes. Yeah, because I thought that just felt so weird and out of place, and like I guess there's supposed to be some weird transition. Yeah. Like I did not care for it. I like Will Ferrell, but man,
I do too. Here's what I like Will Ferrell when because I think he's really funny, but I can only handle him in small doses unless he's surrounded by people that I like. You know what I mean? Yep. Like him and John C. Reilly, because I love John C. Reilly, but like them together in Step Brothers is like really, really like to me fantastic. That's peak Will Ferrell for me, and it's because of him and John C. Reilly together.
See, now I haven't seen Holmes and Watson. I didn't hear very good things about that.
I heard it's not good. Together. I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
but yeah, I was bummed out to hear that it wasn't so good.
The top answer is most of the fillers in Naruto. So, I mean,
That doesn't count, man. Most, you can't answer that with most of.
Yeah.
That's what
So
I'm
it'd be
saying.
Like, what
It's
one
like,
filler do you hate the most?
and like, don't get me wrong, I liked Robert California, but
Yeah, I liked personally the character of Robert California. I really enjoyed, especially when they were doing like the interview process.
Right.
I
Yeah.
thought was really good. The standalone episode in Stranger Things where 11 goes into bitching mode.
I haven't seen it. I've seen like almost all of the first season of Stranger Things, but I haven't seen it all.
The one where Barney and Robin get fat and break up in How I Met Your Mother.
I remember that
that's pretty
episode.
bad.
Yeah.
That is pretty bad. The Buffy episode where Buffy and Riley were banging the whole episode and made the house haunted by ghosts of children or whatever. I vaguely remember that episode. I didn't like Riley at
They
all.
made the house haunted by banging? Is that what happened
That's what
for
this
real?
sentence says. I'd have to watch the episode
Can you read that
again.
for me again,
I remember
please?
there's sort of kind of like a sexual demon that they're already having sex when the sex
But
demon starts
children
doing his
are
magic.
involved?
Yeah, ghosts of children or whatever. I'm going to have to look into that. I don't remember.
Is it supposed to be like a metaphor of like spilled seed or something? Like, what is that?
I guess all the children they're not having. I don't know. 90% of the episodes in Star Trek: The Next Generation are good, but I have major beef with the series finale.
I feel like season finales are always going to be like,
Yeah.
because honestly, it's like I love Seinfeld, and I know this is like been said by a million fucking people. This isn't a joke. The last episode's not a good episode. Like, I mean, and it's like I've never seen. This is going to turn into me like revealing a whole bunch of shit where people are going to be like, "How the fuck are you even a functioning person?" I haven't seen The Sopranos, but like I know a lot of people hate the last episode or how it ended.
See, I've never seen the last half of the last season.
Why not?
I remember because I'd always borrowed them from our friend John, and like I borrowed them, and before I got to that, he had moved out of upstairs. Whenever I was coming back from Sullivan every weekend, and I would either stay. Sometimes I stay with you. Sometimes I stay with McWayne.
Supply line issue.
Yeah. So then he didn't have it, and I was just like, oh well, shit.
There you
go. Then I got the entire set for Christmas one year, the entire box set. Never cracked it open and watched it.
Oh, I was going to say, did you start from the beginning and then get to the end?
Never
watched
cracked it open. I sold it back before I sold it to McKay's used bookstore.
Yeah.
Which also that case was a magnet for cat hair. Like it looked, by the time after a few years, it looked like it was just, oh, cool cat hair case for Sopranos you have here.
What was it made of?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Some kind of like black scratchy material that just fucking like a black hole for cat hair. What else was a good answer on this? There's this one episode where the Fonz jumps a shark.
Hey, I see what you did there.
The whole last season of Dexter, which Dexter had a pretty bad.
Doesn't count. Doesn't count. You're not answering the question.
Yep.
You're doing the same shit I did. Tyler, you gave an answer. You gave an answer. You had one ready. And the person who talked about Buffy fucking ghosts into existence also is a real answer.
Any clip show episode.
So it's come to this. Yes. I hated clip shows, man. And it's why
It depended if I hated them or not.
Here's
Who did a clip show of all clips that never happened?
I know. Yeah, I knew
Was
you were
that
going to
Always
ask
Sunny?
this. I think it might be. I can't remember.
Okay, let's see. Anything else? That's good. What was your favorite album when you were 14 years old?
Man, I don't know if I was exactly 14. I might have been. I listened to it the other day. I'm having a bad day when I come home and I play pretty much anything I listened to in middle school. And I had an exceptionally shitty day yesterday. I came home and listened to Dookie, Green Day.
Okay.
And that was probably my favorite album when I was 14. Dookie? Dookie?
I
Dookie?
think it's Dookie.
I always say Dookie. I don't know why I said
Dookie.
Ducky there. Dookie.
What was the name of that album? I guess Puff Daddy and the Family, No Way Out. The first CD I ever bought from Walmart, censored.
Nice.
So that was
Nice.
That was probably my favorite when I was that age.
How did they censor it? Did they blank out, or
Yep.
did they do the scratches?
Just blank out.
Oh,
Yep.
fun.
Yeah.
Does the music track continue, or is it just like unlistenable, like it's like jazz. What do you like? Because it's like,
Yeah, Puff
man,
Daddy.
I really like what they did here, where they don't have any sound for every other second.
No, it's not the notes. It's the space between the notes.
It's not the N words you hear; it's the N words you don't hear.
What is something you did as a child you have no idea how you did it? For me, it was it took years for me to figure this out because it was Ryan and I playing Super Punch-Out. And of course, I had every record as fast as I could on that game, doing time attacks and everything because I was obsessed with that game. I remember going outside, coming back, and Ryan had beaten my record on Bear Hugger by like 7 or 8 seconds. I had no fucking idea how he did it. He had no idea. He tried to replicate it. He tried to show me. He couldn't figure it out.
Hacks.
For 15 to 20 years, we had no idea how he did it. So, but I feel like months ago, like it's pretty recent, I finally figured out, like, oh, you can hit Bear Hugger in the stomach. And when you do, it stuns them. So he must have accidentally hit Bear Hugger in the stomach a few times, not known how he did it. Because, he was really little back then.
Mm-hmm.
So then he was like, oh, okay, that's how he fucking did that. That's how someone beats Bear Hugger in like 8 seconds when my best time was like 23 or something like that.
You know what I love the best about this story?
What?
Ryan of Being Your Brother fame recently helped me out quite a bit because I took some of my Twitch payout.
Payout.
Yeah, no, I took some of my math too. Don't worry, I'm still the same old Dave you know and love. I took some of my Twitch payout and I bought a FrameMeister XRGB Mini. Mm-hmm. It's a thing I've always wanted. But I've always been on the fence because it's like super expensive and it's like, I don't know, man, if it is worth it or not. I already had a Retro Tink, which I bought for like $100, which even that was like, man, this is a purchase right here. Mm-hmm. But I talked to your brother about it and he had a really good argument and he was like, the one you're looking at is a really good price. It is direct from the distributor. And if you end up not liking it, you can flip it. And I was like, okay, sold. Yeah. I bought it and he helped me huge. Immensely he helped me. Like he gave me like a fucking cable and like all the shit. He was really cool. He mentioned that story, that Super Punch-Out story when when he was setting it up for me.
That's funny.
Yeah. So I love that. Within, I don't know, a span of a month, I've heard that story now twice.
It'd be nice if he'd ever fucking come on the show and tell it, but whatever.
I would look, when I was over there, I said, hey man, I would love for you to come on the show and talk about this. Talk about playing retro games on modern equipment, because a lot of people know about it, but there are also a lot of people who don't know about it.
Yeah, that's true.
And there is a lot of
the
research
shit he delves into, like I would have never known about. So.
Yeah, he's turned me on to like Retro RGB, and it's like a site that's got a whole bunch of info on all this stuff, and it's like it is dangerous because if you know me, you know that I like production a lot. Mm-hmm.
You like production and you hate half measures.
No, absolutely. Like if I were a RPG character, a tabletop RPG character, and you had to choose like a trait and a flaw, like you just got it. Like I love like getting lost in production. I love like being able to be like, how can I do the best with what I've got, kind of deal, like within reasonable monetary
with technology, my penis, whatever,
the base of my penis, you name it. But yeah, it's like I don't know. But yeah, at the same time, I do hate half measures, and it's like it's tough because you get into like I'm falling down a fucking rabbit hole with this like RGB stuff because it is like I really have to like really tell myself not to go fucking crazy and get everything because
the
it's
credit
like,
card has a max. Don't get there.
Thank God I cut those motherfuckers up 10 years ago because, yeah, I'd be in some fucking dire straits right now.
That's about 40 minutes.
All right. You want to talk about Gemfire?
Let's do it. You hear that, Dave?
I do hear that, which sounds like me skittering to find my iPad where I have my extensive Gemfire notes.
Skitter, skitter. Oh no, I can't find my notes. Skitter, 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 skitter.
Do I really sound like that?
Oh, I'm Dave. Oh no, Mr. Bill.
Oh man, Mr. Bill is probably the first SNL thing that I can recall as a child.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember when Mr. Bill was like, I don't know if I caught it like in a rerun. I don't know when Mr. Bill like ended, but I do remember being a kid and watching Mr. Bill. Like I don't know if it was like a best of Saturday Night Live thing or something like that, but I remember like that's weird that you mentioned that because like I never think of Mr. Bill, but I do remember being like 7 years old, 6 or 7 and being like, I understand comedy now. This is SNL's actually Saturday Night Live is funny.
I get comedy, but if only that we had like this, but instead of clay men, if it were, I don't know, fruit? Maybe with a big hammer. That would be comedy.
Now
that's what I call comedy.
Thank you. Which reminds me of, we talked about this last week, but I don't know the name of this 4-panel comic, but it's the one where essentially it's aliens just living like humans.
Strange Planet.
Strange Planet. Thank you. I love Strange Planet. I think it's hilarious. But I've never once heard someone say, oh, that's Coneheads, the comic.
You're right.
Because that's what it is.
When you told me that, I was like, God damn it. Yeah, you're right.
That's the first thing I thought, because I read it in the voice. Like, we come from France, and that's all it took. Don't get me wrong. I think Strange Planet, even though I don't know the name of it, is funnier than Coneheads, like by a good measure.
Yeah.
But it's still Coneheads.
I don't know. Is that my favorite SNL movie? Coneheads, Wayne's World.
Oh, dude, come on, man. Coneheads.
I really love.
Not for the Garflock, I know, but like, come on. Wayne's World is where it is at.
I mean, it was
dude.
like that resurgence of, because I feel like Queen has had a few big, oh shit, like whenever they're headbanging to Bohemian Rhapsody, that was my first exposure to it.
Yeah, yeah.
And then, of course,
I remember my dad losing it during that scene. And I remember being like, I liked it too. And it was this weird, like, it was very rare that my father and I would like bond over comedy.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I take that back, because he would watch like a lot of stand up, and he would watch, like, I remember watching Carlin with him and being like, I remember watching Carlin with him. He had an HBO special, and I remember my mom being like, do not let him watch that. Because I was in the living room with him and he was watching it. She's like, do not let him watch that. And I remember him being like,
I wasn't gonna. Now I probably am.
yeah. And I remember him telling me, it's like, it's fine. You can stay there if you want.
Seven words that you can't say.
So anyway, I'm sorry. I derailed us with that.
And if you look at porn, no penises.
Yeah. If you look at porn, you can look at porn, but don't look at weird stuff.
What's weird stuff? Dicks.
Yeah. Don't look at dicks. What if the dicks are being manipulated by a woman? Still no dicks.
Still gay. Don't do it.
All right, that took me longer than expected, because I think my thumbs are so hot that my iPad is not responding. Or it could be the extremely cold drink I had pressed up against it for 40 minutes. Of course, I hear that scrambling, which leads us to a segment that we like to call Dave Reads from Wikipedia. Okay, guys, Gemfire, released in Japan as Royal Blood or Royal Brodo.
That's the most Ashley Shake you've ever sounded.
And I mispronounced it.
No, dude. Like, I was like a dog tagging this girl, man. Like, I was hitting that shit hard, and I was about to come. Like, when I hit it hard, dog, I come fast. Like, I'll say it now. Like, I ain't too proud. I'll say it. When I hit it hard, I come fast. So I'm about to come, and like, I realized, like, I'm fucking this girl hard, because her, like, I looked down, and it's like her royal broad. It's like coming down, man. I don't know what to do. I mean, I finished.
It's a medieval war game for the MSX, the Nintendo Entertainment System, the Super NES, FM Towns.
What?
I mean, we do a retro video game podcast. feel like we should know what FM Towns is,
FM
but
Towns.
I do not. Would you like to take a little journey?
I mean, sounds like somebody who would be credited in like the production area of a sitcom after it's over. And you're like, what kind of weird name is that?
FM Towns. Yeah, they're like they work for a radio station, and it's like Northern Exposure, but a radio.
I'll still never forget because I thought it was so perfect. And King of the Hill, to bring up King of the Hill again, whenever that dam has cracked and it's about to burst, they have to call the commissioner, and the commissioner's name is T. Beck Minzemeyer. So Hank talks to him, and he tells him, you have to make the decision. And then he's talking, no, T. Beck Minzemeyer told me what I had to do. And people are like, that's not a real name. So I just like that was permanently like, what? No. You don't remember your mom's phone number, but this you remember forever.
The FM Towns is a system which is a Japanese variant of PC built by Fujitsu from 1989 to 1997. That's what it looks like, just a computer.
Okay.
It also came out for the Mega Drive, not the FM Towns.
Oh, okay.
We're back on Gemfire.
Okay,
Gemfire, yeah.
Gemfire.
Yeah, you gotta stay on me, man. Stay on me. I'll slip back into my
Gemfire, not Gemfire.
Yeah, I'll slip back.
Man, I played Gemfire up good.
I'll slip into my rural ways.
I do love rural David.
It was really hard to not when I was on jury duty. It was very difficult for me to not make a rural juror reference every fucking time I had to call in to see if I had jury duty. I would try to work it in somehow. Sometimes I'd just think it and I'd chuckle to myself.
Tell me, fellow, does the judge need a rural juror?
It also came out on MS-DOS, back on Gemfire. And later, Windows. It was developed by Koei. The object in the game is to unify a fictional island by force, even though they give you diplomacy options in the game. Don't use them. Players use infantry, cavalry, and archers, as well as fantasy units, such as magicians and dragons or gargoyles.
The G-spot, the clitoris.
You use all those fantasy units in order to capture the castle, which is needed to control that particular territory. A sequel, Royal Blood 2, or Royal Blood 2, was released in the Japan market for Japanese Windows. There you go. Thanks for listening, everybody. Tyler's getting more birthday wishes. You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher.
This is actually business
Oh,
because
fuck.
I still have to take business texts from people, not anybody from my work, people from a branch in Cincinnati.
What?
Yeah.
Are you like tech support?
No, just
Moral support?
he has some equipment that we really need.
I got you.
So-
Working some deals?
Yeah.
Can't talk about it on the mics?
Exactly.
I got you.
Down and dirty.
All right.
Well, this game, because you went deep to try and play this. I've been in Louisville the whole weekend, so I took my retro pie machine made for me by Big Dick Pie Baker Chris Vaughn. So I tried to play it when I was up in the room. Because this where Jack is not like, because he was in the NICU before, which he has like a personal nurse every hour of the day. So at night we could go home, rest, come back in the morning. The room he's in now, not a thing. So somebody has to be there 24/7 to take care of him. So we were constantly in his room, either me or Melissa, and then we had the girls with us, so it was all a whole big thing. But I brought that. Thank God I brought it. Everybody was crazy about it. My dad was playing Galaga on the Atari emulator. He was all about it. Melissa's dad played, I don't know what he played, but I haven't played this in 20 years. It was some cowboy shooter.
So it was
all about it.
Essentially like a bootleg Switch commercial. You guys are on top of an apartment building. Your dad's playing Galaga.
Exactly. So I tried, once everybody went to dinner, I tried playing it twice. I probably put an hour and a half worth of effort into it. I did some research, all right, I want to try to play this game. I want to try to get through it as quickly as possible. So I looked up what is the easiest and fastest route. And
what is that?
So at the start, when you bring up the screen, it's got a list of scenarios you can play through.
Right, there are 4 scenarios in the game.
4 scenarios. If you the fastest and easiest is to go to the 4th scenario and pick the first option.
Yeah. The first, I think, from the way I understand it, the scenarios get more difficult the deeper you're in. So like 4, from the way I understand, because I only played the first scenario and not to completion, from the way I understand it, they get more difficult.
Yeah, and I had, like, I was fighting dragons that were just like one single dragon wiping out my entire army. Like,
Okay, that's a 5th unit.
Yeah.
I feel like this is probably the best way to do a podcast is like you try to say a sentence for 30 minutes and I interject myself in that sentence.
Yeah.
Feel good?
That's how the internet likes to do things.
Feel good to
posting.
you?
Yeah.
And we did say very, very, very early on in this podcast that this game is a tactical game. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like, I had never played it before, but it's kind of like Civ. You got a big map, and you do military shit on that map.
And we found out it came out a month before Civ.
Right.
Thanks to Leviathan Mist on Twitch.
Chat. Yeah.
Because this weekend, like, we got the girls 21 pilot tickets for Christmas. And we bought them pretty late in the game, so the only tickets we could find were for the end of June in Columbus, which it turns out it was coincidentally like the best option we could have done, because 21 Pilots, one, that concert was the last concert in the North American tour.
And 20.
20, that's their hometown.
Oh, shit.
So apparently it was just an amazing concert. Well, I originally bought 4 tickets, and Melissa was up more of the night than I was. Like, I still took my meds, and I was out for most of the night with Jack. So she was up longer, and I was like, well, I want to go with you. You forego the concert, I'll drive, because I don't want afterward you driving, because you'll just, I'm afraid for you. So they were at the concert, and I pulled up, like, sushi bar open till 11, and I found one. So I drove 50 minutes out of town, went to a very cool, like, Korean sushi bar, and just set up shop. I told my server, I'm just going to have appetizer after appetizer, and I'm going to hang out here until this concert's over. And he was like, awesome. So I pulled up, I had borrowed Bernie Jr.'s laptop, so I just sat you updated. I was like, oh shit, it's TADPOG Church. This is perfect. So then I sat there and hung out on Twitch until the concert was over.
I love that you showed up. I was like, it was hard to believe the circumstances in which you were there, because like you tried natto.
I don't know how to say it. Natto.
Which is like,
also, the grandparents came up to visit, so the grandparents stayed with Jack while we went to the concert. But yeah, because I'd heard a lot about it. I heard it was disgusting, but it was like, I've seen it on a bunch of lists for foods you have to try before you die. I've never actually seen it on a menu anywhere. So when I opened this up and saw it, I was like, perfect. It's $5. I'm going to try that tonight. And once I ordered it, the server just kind of looked at me. I was like, what? He's like, have you ever had that? Nope.
So it was a concerned look.
It's on my bucket list. He's like,
it's gross.
It's pretty bad.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Really?
He's like, it's pretty bad, and it really smells.
Oh,
like,
no.
I was like, yeah, I've heard it smells like death, but bring it to me. He's like, all right. So I took a picture and I posted it on my Facebook page that I was trying it. And it was like, okay, you know when something crunchy goes stale?
Yeah.
So it just has that soft kind of mush.
Yeah, everything in my cabinet. Yeah.
So it was like, it was stale Rice Krispie treats covered in Elmer's glue and cum, and then just left to set for a long time.
Yeah.
Like,
I was not on board until the cum.
Yeah. Sure, pretty bad. And because I picked it up with the chopsticks, and it was like Rice Krispies that was just like stringy. Like, it was a bad consistency. Like, the first time I tried it and I ate it, I was just like, oh, okay, this is not good. Then I took a bigger bite the second time, and
you're like, maybe I need to take a bigger bite.
Yeah, I started to gag. So I was like, okay, yep, I've tried it. I'm done.
What did the server say?
He just saw that I was done. He's like, yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, yep. So then I got gyoza and seaweed salad, and he
Can't
brought
go wrong
a bunch
with
of,
gyoza.
he brought me other palate cleanser type stuff out. So
That's nice. Some sunflower
it
seeds.
was a good time. Sweet potatoes, pickled spicy cucumbers. Oh shit! What else? Bamboo shoots, bunch of stuff. It's all good. It was a good time. I really like that place. I'll never go back there again, but I liked it.
You'll never go back just because you won't be there?
I can't imagine I'll go back to Columbus.
Right.
So
I got lost in Columbus
Columbus
once.
was a cool little town, though. Well, I say town. It's a big city,
Yeah.
so it was a cool city.
Yeah, I got lost there. It's big enough to get lost in.
Yeah, no, definitely. Because the first place, like, I dropped the girls off at the whatever arena, like this giant arena. And then it's just like, I don't even have any bearings. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So the first place I could find that had Wi-Fi and parking, which was it was called like the Mango Cafe, and it was a hookah bar, which I've never been into a hookah bar either. So like,
Is that on the bucket list?
Nope. It was a hookah / smoothie bar.
Okay.
So I went in and I was like, okay, give me a mango smoothie. And it was really fucking good.
All right.
But the inside of it was just like, it was all black.
And you're like, okay,
all
give me a fucking
leather.
hookah.
Well, I was the only one. Like, and it wasn't like people like hanging out together, smoking and talking. Like every person was by themselves with a hookah on their phone or a laptop. So I sat down and I had my phone just like drinking a smoothie, looking around, feeling kind of weird.
It's a problem with society today, man.
Yeah.
Screens.
We could all be talking and have a good conversation about this guy who brings his bucket of hot rocks and puts it on all these things every now and then.
We could be talking about this fine tobacco we're all smoking right now.
I could be talking to that guy who I'm pretty sure is homeless over there, and that other guy who I'm pretty sure who is also homeless who is over there. And then this other girl who I'm pretty sure has a tattoo of Jack Skellington on her leg.
That's not too uncommon. You say that thing like it's uncommon. That's Gemfire.
So, yeah. Because I tried, because I read a Game Facts, to try and learn about it, but it's...
Pretty lean Game Facts, because I also went there.
Yeah, because there were like two good options, but they were so dense and just kind of difficult to read. So I skimmed over it and jumped in and failed miserably.
What happened?
Like I tried because I
Dragon
read
gotcha.
because I read also like you can win this game through diplomacy, and I was like,
oh really?
All right, that's what I'm gonna do.
Oh, I think that's probably very, very difficult.
So I tried farming a lot, trading, giving away food. And then what the fucking king just came in and just fucking decimated me.
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly do not know how you would play this game like diplomatically, because it's like the whole game's is about essentially there's a king and he has a crown that has 7 gems in it. Maybe it's 6. Can't remember.
I think it's 7 gems, and one is the dragon.
One,
and 6
the
wizards.
big one's the dragon. Mm-hmm. And then, 6 others are wizards who have been trapped in gems. His daughter, Princess Robin, doesn't like his tyrannical ruling and decides that she's one night going to sneak into his room, pry the gems out, and scatter them across the country. And she almost succeeds. She pries 6 of the gems out and is not able to get the dragon gem out before her father catches her and locks her away in a tower.
He doesn't sound that bad. If he was that tyrannical and bad, just fucking killed her.
You think so? There's some fates worse than death. She might have just only had natto to eat in that tower.
You stay in the natto tower.
The natto tower.
I'm gonna put this dragon in your asshole.
Yeah, I mean that'd be pretty bad.
Here's your fate worse than death.
Yeah, that would be worse than death. But anyway, now the country's fragmented by these houses, these noble houses. And each one of these noble houses gets one of the gems from the crown. And that gem allows them to summon the wizard that's inside. So you have a bunch of these nations that each have a wizard, which is, I referred to earlier, as a 5th unit. When you go into battle in this game, it changes the game drastically.
Oh yeah, it looks 100% different.
Looks very different, and
it looks like the poor person's Shining Force.
Yeah, absolutely. And it looks like, and I have a theory. I do not know if this is true, but if you look at the NES version looks a whole lot like the battles in the SNES version. So I do not know if this was like
just a straight port.
It's not straight because it's not like it's different enough. Like there are more colors in it, but it's like I feel like they didn't redraw the sprite. Like they had to redraw it.
It does look very Shining Force. All the character portraits of the lords and things like that are very reminiscent of it.
But unlike Shining Force, it has this like Civ element to it.
Yep.
Where you are, like you said, you're buying food. You're trying to manage your people's happiness. If your people are happy, you make them happy by giving them food. If they're happy, good things happen to you. In this game, there are, I believe they're called the Elves of Fortune. And essentially, they are kind spirits that will come and help you in your time of need.
Or as we call them in the modern world, liberals.
White privilege. And then there is, on the flip side of that...
Oh, here's some socialism. Here you go.
Thank you, kindly elf. If your happiness...
Watch out for King Capitalism. That's for you, Chris Black. There you go. You're not listening, but still.
He's not.
You.
No way. Every time I see him, he asks me how TADPOG is doing. There is Orcs of Misfortune. I think it's Orcs. No, is it Orcs of Misfortune?
Orcs.
And essentially, those are bad things that will happen. And I don't know what a lot of those are because happiness was my thing. I was like, if
I saw the
happy,
orcs one time in your stream.
yeah?
Or I think maybe somebody hired orcs.
Yeah, you can hire orcs, which is why I'm starting to second guess that they're Orcs of Misfortune.
Maybe that's because I saw that. But my favorite part of your Twitch stream was, of course, Weatherman Dave.
Yeah, thanks. When you said it, I really like the weatherman shtick. I was like, do not know if he is kidding or not.
No,
do not know how sarcastic
I thought that
he's
was
being.
good. I thought that was funny because it looked very weather-like.
Because of the green screen and everything. Yeah, it's like, so...
Because then you would see like the way we would see snow flurries like when we're watching the news for school.
Like Snowman 6.
Yeah,
right?
but only instead you see like the specter of death coming over the land. Like, oh, looks like there's some plague going on and killing the millions.
In Region 21. I'm flipping through the instruction manual right now to find out what the misfortune creatures are actually called. And it's very difficult to do because this instruction manual is a tome. It is 48 pages. And it's like really important that you read it because if I had not read it,
there's nothing in-game, no sort of in-game tutorial like whatsoever.
And I can't really discredit the game for that because that's just kind of how games were of that era.
Yeah.
And the system is so like, essentially the game is the system. Like, it's kind of like D&D where you have to like learn the rules and then go in and play it.
Well, as opposed to D&D, I feel like the best way to learn D&D is to play it and have the rules explained to you as you play. Like, okay, as D&D sold to you as do what you want. So you start playing and trying to do what you want and then figuring out the rules to those actions.
I agree that's the best way, but I think the majority of people read the book and then try to find a group. Yeah, like, dude, when I was in 5th grade, like I remember, I don't know anybody who plays D&D. I'm a fucking 5th grader. It's like, I like the art on this book. I'm into dragons and shit and knights.
Mom, Dad, do you guys play D&D? I'm out of options then.
Right, yeah, no, right, exactly. Yeah, they did not know D&D.
Does cousin David play D&D? I'll see him next year. Okay, cool.
No, what it was, oh, no one knows how to play D&D. I guess I'll read this book and try to teach people how to do it. And that was a disaster because it's fucking D&D and I'm 12 years old. And it's like, look, I'm sure there are smarter 12-year-olds out there who could read the book and understand it, but I didn't know shit, man. And also,
it says that elves are quite a mercurial species, so just act mercurial, please. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's your direction. Yeah,
you're not being mercurial enough, Todd.
You're dead. How many hit points do you have? 6? You take 6 points of damage. You're dead. But also my problem was that I didn't know that you had to buy. I didn't know that there was a player's handbook and a dungeon master's guide. I didn't know any of that. So I just went to the store, saw a cover, Council of Worms, saw the cover. I was like, fuck yeah, dragons. I like dragons. I picked it up. And I was like, I've read it, and I was like, I don't know what any of these things mean. Like, they're talking about D4s? What is this? Like, I had no idea.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was a disaster. And then I remember I learned how to...
D4-zaster.
A D4-zaster.
Yeah.
I like that quite a bit. And then I remember learning the right way, the correct way, which was somebody teaching me. How to Play 2nd Edition. And they also didn't know what they were doing, but they knew a whole hell of a lot more than I did.
I mean, no one really knows what they're doing except Gary Gygax.
Yeah, pretty much. And we can only talk to him through Ouija boards now.
That's true. That makes the game very long, trying to DM through. What do we see when we walk into this room? Hey.
You're moving it. Quit moving it. We need to hear from Gary, not you, Todd. We need Gary's answer.
Why do we keep playing D&D with Todd?
Todd Gygax. I just want to talk to him.
I miss him so much.
Oh, no.
Shut up, Todd.
Come on, Todd. We got to figure out what all these D's mean.
Roll some more ones.
They are ogres of misfortune.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're ogres of misfortune in Gemfire. You can hire orcs as 5th units. 5th units in the game are like the dragon that absolutely will destroy you.
Very powerful.
Yeah, you got it.
I had one. I had like a special commander who was my 5th unit who was like almost as strong as the dragon. And by the time I got him up there, like 3 turns with the dragon, then he was dead. But
really,
yeah.
It? Who was? Do you remember who you had? Was it Pluvius? Was he a wizard?
Nope, it was like Skikarak or something like that.
Oh, I think that is one of the wizards. But it's not a particularly strong one, I believe.
Nope, not like this dragon.
Essentially, from what I understand, because I do not know that much about Koei games, I've only tried to play like a few of them on the NES, and it's like haven't really gotten into them because like when I start them up, it's like, okay, this takes some greater understanding. Like I can't just hop into this game and try to figure it out. I got to know what's going on. So because of that, like I feel like these games have a steep like point of entry.
Yep.
Like I mean, you really have to like know some things going in. There's a pretty okay video on YouTube that's like 15 minutes that like goes over the basics of like how to play. And it's like if I hadn't watched that video before the stream, it would have been 3 hours of me being like, I wonder what that icon means. Because like this game is like menus with icons that don't have any description next to them. It's like a pennant flag represents happiness.
Windows 95, the game.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah. It's like Clippy's like, oh, I see. You're trying to kill a dragon.
Did you know you're not going to be able to do that?
Yeah. Because it will retreat every time you get it down to 12 hit points. I'm so mad, man. There's twice I spent so long I was like, if I kill this dragon, that fucking king ain't got shit. I'm going to steamroll him. And every time.
Oh, so it was the dragon I was fighting.
There is a dragon in the game.
Okay.
It's the dragon in the red gem that the king controls.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's one of those where it's like, I could go on if you want, but it's like, usually I try to do a lot of research, and I did, but it's like, this game is pretty deep, and I didn't take to it like Art of Fighting. Like, last week I felt I could have gone on about Art of Fighting for at least 40 more minutes. You know, like, I had things that I could have said, but it's like I didn't fall in love with Gemfire.
It is deep on gameplay and light on story.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so you're playing it for the system, which I get that attraction. Part of the reason I love D&D 3.5 so much is that I know all the rules, I know how to play within the system. Like I love the crunch of it in all the rules. So I get the appeal to this game. I can see where this game is amazingly fun to the right kind of player.
Totally.
Who can learn it. I can see where this would be a great fucking game.
Absolutely.
If you are interested in learning how to play it and learn how to play it.
There's a lot of replayability.
Yeah.
Because like in each scenario, like in the first scenario, you can choose to play as one of 4 families. And there's 4 scenarios. So I don't know why I held up 5 fingers. No one can see that but you, but just want to let everybody know I held up 5 fingers.
Quit lying. You held up 4. You were exactly right the first time and every time.
So, like, I can see, like, in that scenario, I played for, like, a little over 3 hours, and I kind of got bored because it's like taking down the king is like, he has so many territories, and it's like the battles are so slow, like so slow. Like, it moves at a snail's pace, and not only that, I mean, it takes a long time to move all your units and actually make any progress. if the battles went faster, I think I'd probably enjoy this game a whole lot more.
Yeah.
And if they didn't
there
look
was some
like
kind of
ass,
tutorial, like if there was a short campaign that functioned entirely as a tutorial,
that would be
and then throw you into the main game.
that would be nice, but I don't think it's required for
Yeah.
a game from this era, because I don't feel like a lot of them did it. Like,
Yeah, you're right, they didn't.
So I'll cut the game slack there.
Mega Man X can't be the bar for learning as playing,
Right,
So
that's
I
the
understand
exception.
that,
Like
yeah.
that is, Mega Man X is totally the exception.
But yeah, so I can't say like if this is a good game to the right kind of player and an awful game to anyone else. So overall, I think it's okay in that I have to average those together and say pretty okay.
It's 2-player, which I think is, you can play 2-player, which I do think is very, very cool. If this would have been a great game, like for me as probably a 13-year-old who had like
Tons of time. This
maybe
would
had
be
a
a
brother that we could like play with, you know what I mean?
This is a good Desert Island game.
It totally is, because it's like if time is not an issue, this could be a lot of fun if you don't mind the slow combat.
Keep notebooks of writing stuff out and keeping
Totally.
notes and figuring it out.
Totally.
Then yeah, it absolutely could be fun.
Totally.
Like, if you like playing manager sims, then
Yeah.
you would love this game.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of my gameplay was truly this was my thing. Cultivate my land to produce more food, unless because you can do one thing a month essentially. You get to choose. Usually here's my priority. Check the market. Is food cheap? Buy all food. Food not cheap? Cultivate food. Next round. Check market. Is food high? Yes. Sell food. Buy troops. And it's like just build up troops. So like a lot of the game was, I cannot remember who said it, and I wish I could give them credit, but someone in Twitch chat was like, this is like TI-83 drug wars. Because I did spend probably like an hour and a half just like trying to form an alliance with my neighbor who was not the king. And so I didn't have to worry about them attacking me. And I just built up resources. I mean, I just produced food, bought food low, sold it high to gain gold, build up my army. And then I had a huge army that you do have to slowly move from territory to territory. I mean, it's like, I get it. You need to simulate. You want to simulate organizing an army, but man, it does get tedious when it's like,
What if you can combine golf and chess with Settlers of Catan?
right. No, and I love that you said Settlers, because like this game does very much feel like board game, the video game, like German board game, the video game, because it's kind of like Risk. It's kind of like Risk. And it's like, because you're doing a lot of the same shit, but instead of rolling dice to determine the outcome of battles between nations, you are in that battle.
Like a Shining Force style grid battle.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, thank you. It's just unfortunately doesn't look nearly as good as Shining Force does, and doesn't really have a good story outside of the initial setup that you're told.
It's sort of a bland, like, which lord is better? Which lord has more food and troops?
Right.
And each lord has a different difficulty, because some lords have a gem with a wizard, some don't. Like toward the end, like the easiest route is to pick the lord that already has 2 gems. The hardest is a new lord with no gems and hardly any resources.
Yeah, and I mean, the different wizards and the gems are different, like, power levels, because it's like Pluvius, who I think like the Blanche family has. I think it's them. It might be I think it's them. He is very powerful. Like, he is not as strong as...
He looks like Sir Astral from Shining Force 2.
Okay, yeah, totally. I could see that.
Like the Gandalf-style gray wizard, long white beard.
Yeah, absolutely. And he is not as strong as the dragon, but he can hold his own. And then it's like from there, the wizards just kind of get weaker and weaker. So it's kind of one of those things where you can it is a different experience if you play as a different family, because you're essentially scaling the difficulty. Like, there's a family that just has one territory on an island in the Northwest, and they have, I think, the worst wizard. So it's like, to me, that's hard mode.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you can't even... It's good and bad, I guess. That island isn't neighbored by the king, who is super aggressive, but still they're not allied with their neighbors.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I do think that is cool, and I do think that this game outside of the battles looked very nice. Like I think the portraits were all
portraits are nice.
well drawn. I think the sprites are nice, colorful. I think that the intro cutscene is very, very nice. And I mean, it tells you the whole story of the game, which even a lot of games at that time weren't doing. And there's even like it's cinematic because it's like they reveal the King's Dragon to you, like in a scene where like the gate opens and you see its red eyes.
Yep.
And then as the gate opens more, it lets more light in on the dragon. And then it cuts to like the spearmen guards like standing at like you assume like some kind of parade or something, and you see the giant shadow of the dragon like moving slowly over those spearmen, and it's like this is cool, like this is cinematic.
It could be an interesting D&D game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Adapted,
absolutely it could. Yeah, especially if you're doing like mass combat rules and stuff like that. Yeah, Kana in chat mentioned Warhammer. It reminded her of Warhammer.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, yeah, and I could I've never played Warhammer, like a tabletop Warhammer game, but I've seen it at DragonCon.
I've seen the giant tables that I thought were cosplay of the Beetlejuice town in Beetlejuice.
So this game has its redeeming features. Here's what I'm really super worried about. Koei has other Super Nintendo games, and from everything that I've read and seen, Gemfire is, out of all of them, the one that has the best shot at me liking it because it's all fictional and includes shit that I like, wizards and dragons and all that, noble houses, like all of the princesses, crowns, kings, like all this fantasy stuff and that is the stuff that I really like about this game. It's those trappings. I'm worried that when that's stripped away and it's historical instead, that I am really not going to enjoy it. But we'll see.
So for Koei games, we need to search out somebody who like has played the game and understands it fully.
Maybe, or maybe we just do this again. I don't know.
No, that works too. That works too. Whenever it's one of our birthdays.
Yeah, we'll do it.
And we'll get bowls full of liquor.
Yeah, we'll get full of liquor and we'll record a Koei game. Yeah. Is there anything else about the game that you want to talk about? There are other things I could talk about, but I mean,
it's very small minutia that, like, honestly, like, even if you love this game, I think you know that talking about all the most minuscule details would be sort of boring to listen to for the large population.
And I do feel like if you haven't played this game, even with the opinions that we've shared on this show, you will know if this is your jam or not. Like, you might not agree with us, but you'll know, like, oh, I should check that out. I like games like this. And it is, like I said earlier, I mean, I do really feel like this genre is very much like sports genre, where it's like I can see a bunch of people like, this is kind of a game that I wouldn't be surprised if somebody's grandfather played. And I do not mean that in a shitty way. It's a more mature game. Like it really does take thinking and planning and you willing to just
Agricola. It reminds me of playing Agricola.
Yeah, and I like Agricola, but Agricola doesn't take, 12 hours. That's kind of like the breaking point for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, totally, absolutely. I can see that. So I don't know. I'm not trying to bash it. And I do honestly think that if I had unlimited time and not a week, had unlimited time, because we do our best to fucking, that's our thing. It's like
you have to understand that.
We get a game and we do our best in a week's time to do what we can. And I don't know. From the time I spent with it, I don't think I'll ever pick it up again.
I don't blame you. Totally understand. Unless you get shipwrecked on an island with full electricity and you have a Pi emulator on you, and
totally.
And if you land on the lost bunker, then you're good. Then you're good to play this game.
Yeah, I have to input a code every so often, but when I'm not doing that, I'm playing Gemfire and pronouncing it correctly.
Well, you have any achievements?
I've got a couple. I've got a few that came in from Twitch chat. I try to stream the games that we're going to be talking about on Sundays, the Sunday prior to the episode releasing at 8:30 Central. If you want to come and hang out and suggest some achievements, please come and hang out. You honestly
It's a good time.
It's fun. You make the games a lot of times a lot more fun.
It's that church and fellowship that we all love so much.
It is. It's the fellowship for sure. And it's like, it's one of those where it's not uncommon that someone will come in and love the game and have like some real insight about the game. And I mean, that's cool too. It's also like a nice barometer where it's like, if no one comes in while I'm playing a game, that loves it. It's like, okay, people probably universally hate this game. Not the case with Gemfire. First achievement I've got that comes from Twitch chat from Big Dicked Pie Baker Chris Vaughn is Party On, Garth. In order to unlock Party On, Garth, you need to capture and release Garth so that he may continue his reign of terror. Garth is the leader of that small island territory that I mentioned earlier.
Gotcha.
He attacked my neighboring country and lost, and then they ransomed him off. So he was able to party on. Next achievement I've got comes from Dr. Drunk, a.k.a. Face Full of Alien Wing Wong, and that is, Orcs Don't Live on Zendor. In order to unlock Orcs Don't Live on Zendor, you need to stop playing this shitty game and watch South Park instead. Next achievement I got comes from Kana. I modified the name a little bit. The name of this is Marvel Superheroes and War of the Gems. And in order to unlock Marvel Superheroes and War of the Gems, you need to collect all of the gems from the crown because they're the Infinity Stones, essentially. And that's also the reason I modified the name is because that is a Super Nintendo game that we will play. Marvel Superheroes and War of the Gems.
Heck yeah.
I remember playing that one. And the last achievement I have comes from Doc. There were a lot more. There were a lot of achievements. Thank you. I try to keep it to like 3 or 4. The last one comes from Doc, and that is cancel a morning talk show. In order to unlock cancel a morning talk show, hold Regis for ransom, who is another leader in this game. Hold Regis for ransom. Kathy Lee can get new hosts, but we all know the show is dead now. Tyler, did you have any achievements?
I've got one. All hail Podrick Payne, which Podrick Payne was kind of a sweet but fumbling character in Game of Thrones.
Oh, okay.
So the chances of him becoming king are about as much as this one servant of the king in this game. At the very last chapter, he's the lord who suddenly gains enough influence but has no wizard and no standing. So he is by far the most difficult to win the game with.
Awesome. I thought you were going to do Game of Thrones spoilers. I thought that was going to be the joke.
I was trying to stay away from
where
it.
It was like...
I don't even know him yet. I've stayed away from spoilers.
Yeah.
I'm like 2.5 seasons behind. I have a birthday cake.
A birthday cake.
And it says, "It is your birthday."
That's an Office reference.
Thank you, Brainy Jr. Thank you very much.
Brainy Jr., can I ask you a question real quick on the mic? If you can get close to Tyler's mic.
Yes.
I have a question for you. We
Okay.
mentioned this earlier in the show.
Okay.
Why is The Office better when Michael's gone?
I hate Michael.
All right, it checks out. That's what Tyler said.
Michael. He's literally the worst. I know Steve Carell is so funny.
Yeah.
And he plays him so well. I just hate his character so much. He's too irritating to be funny for me.
All right, that's pretty much what Tyler said. So it checks out. Thank you.
So she wanted to make a cake for me, and because she meant to go buy a cake today, but she had a catering gig that she was helping her great aunt with.
Cool.
So we made basically like, what's in the pantry? Let's make a cake. So white cake mix with cherry jello, and then we made strawberry jelly buttercream icing for this cake.
It smelled good when I came into the house.
I think it'll
Smelled good.
actually pretty solid. I'm going to try a bite here.
TADPOG tradition. We're going to eat on the show. How is it?
It's not bad.
There are
Not
2
bad at all.
candles on the cake. Is that because it's July the Tooth?
It probably.
Yeah.
Perfect. No, it's not bad. It tastes like cherry jello in cake form.
All right. Acceptably cromulent?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. What else do we have to do? That's the only achievement I had.
That's it?
Yep.
I got some questions for you.
All right.
Tyler,
Yes, Dave.
if you were to give this game, Gemfire, for the Super Nintendo, a beard,
Yes.
what kind of beard would that be? And why did I almost slip into how much would you pay for this game?
I would give it the beard of the Minotaur from Theseus and the Minotaur.
Okay. Why?
Because only the Minotaur can navigate through the massive, insane maze
I see.
that is Gemfire.
I see. I thought you were going to say because it's amazing. I turned into a Flappy Boy when I said that.
Love it.
No one could see that.
My sweet little wacky arm flailing inflatable tube.
Tyler,
Okay.
birthday boy, birthday Tyler, my friend. If you were to give this game a pair of glasses that sums up how you feel about it, what kind of glasses would it be?
That one I haven't thought through as much. So I'd say I'd give it the glasses of Theseus and Theseus in the Minotaur.
Okay, why?
He beat it.
Oh, okay. Tyler, if you were to give this game a penis with a dry base, what kind of penis with a dry base would you give it?
Oh, just the longest, thickest dry Dave dick you've ever seen.
The caboodleist?
Yeah, the kit and the caboodle.
Holy God. Oh, sorry. Holy randomizer. Tyler,
Yes, Dave.
got another question for you. If you were to buy this game loose, how much do you think you would pay for it?
I bet this game isn't super cheap. I've never seen it anywhere. I don't imagine it sold incredibly well.
Had you ever heard of this game?
I'd never heard of
before
it.
the randomizer gifted us with it.
When you said Gemfire, I assumed we were playing a columns type puzzler.
See, that's interesting because when I read Gemfire, I thought we were playing some kind of like mediocre action platformer. Because I was like, okay, it's probably got like, you're probably like a knight and then like there's dragons and stuff and you got to jump on the dragons and you got a gem.
Yeah, that's how you throw fireballs at the dragons.
Exactly. Yeah, you throw the gem. No.
I would say $37.25.
Tyler, actual retail value of Gemfire for the Super Nintendo used on average, according to PriceCharting.com, at the time of this recording is $26 even.
Okay.
Is it worth it?
No.
It's not worth it for me either.
I mean, we're not the kind of people
Right.
in the right stage of our lives
Right.
for this game.
Right. You want to take a stab at how much it is new?
$275.
$274.83.
Shit.
Holy God. You were off by 17 cents, my dude.
Almost got your prize.
That's all right. I've already offered the prize to you. You just don't know it.
Okay. It's a dry penis base.
You can have it anytime you want. Just the base, though.
You can peel my base smegma off anytime
Just
you
the
want.
base. Yeah, man. The base smegma, that's where the good
good
stuff is. Yeah.
That's that HQ plus one smegma.
Tyler.
Yes, Dave.
I'm very, very impressed with that. You got very, very close. You'd be going to the Showcase Showdown
That's
for
true.
sure. I have around 10 questions more for
Hell yeah.
you and me, if you'd like.
Fuck yeah.
Quizmaster Bovine
Would
Bear
like.
Matt Cowan, he sent us in a little quiz that I'm opening right now called Down with the Double Noun.
Ooh.
Gemfire is two nouns put together to make one game title. 10 Dave-style questions. The answers will be an old video game title that is two nouns. The questions will either be a synonym of each noun or a short description of a noun. That one scares me. You must correctly guess the video game title. So these are all going to be video
Video
titles.
games made of two nouns or a short description of a noun.
It'll either be a synonym of each noun. This is going to be tough. A synonym of each noun or a short description of a noun.
Okay.
First question. First Dave style question. Rucksack, human male. Backpack man. What's a synonym for rucksack? A bag, right?
Backpack, bag,
Pouch.
sack.
Human male. Sack boy. That's a character, not a game. He's from Little Big Planet.
I don't know. Sack boy's not bad.
Human male. What are some synonyms for?
I mean, you know that Matt on occasion will stray a little bit from the formula he lays out.
It's true, but this is question number one. Rucksack, followed by human male. So it's something man or something boy, right?
Yeah, Bagman,
Scatman,
Scatman. We all love that game, Scatman.
Booger man.
I'm about to say, wouldn't could rucksack be boogers? Full of boogers?
Hey man, throw your shit in that booger over there, please. Yeah, I could see it, like a southern dude in a hurry. Like a charming, yeah, man, you just put that booger in there and it'll be fine. Any booger can be anything, really.
That's true.
I've heard my uncle say it.
Bag, sack, duffel.
Duffel man.
Duffel
Duff
man?
man?
Duff man. I don't know.
Sack boy.
Sack boy sound like you said
All
that.
right.
Now I can't think of anything
All right,
else.
let's say sack boy and see what the answer is. I like this one so far. This is tough. Fucking fuck Pac-Man.
All right.
You got us, Matt.
All right.
You got us.
You
this
got
is
us.
going to be a rough fucking road. Are you
You're
ready?
right.
Yeah, eat more of that cake. This is going to be tough. Next one. Ass chew toy for dogs. Butt bone.
Read to me again.
First word ass.
Ass.
Second phrase chew toy for dogs.
Bottom bone.
Bottom bone.
Butt bone.
It's my nickname in high school. Donkey, maybe? Ass donkey?
Okay.
Maybe that's Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong.
All right. There you go.
That's it. Has
All
to be
right.
right.
Gotta
The Kong
be.
toy, right?
Yep.
Which kind of looks like a sex toy, let's be honest. Donkey Kong. All
right,
right.
nice.
Phew. All right. This is a good one. This was fun. I like this. Alloy Cog. Alloy.
Metal Gear.
Nice. Nailed it. I bet that's it. Locked it in. It is Metal Gear. All right. Road. Combatant.
Road Warrior.
I don't know if they'd use road.
Street Fighter.
Street Fighter. I bet that's it. Street Fighter. Nice, dude. That is it. Next one. Waterfowl search.
Duck
Duck
Hunt.
hunt.
It's like either we'll know it in 10 seconds or we're not
I'm
going
not
to get
going to know
it.
it at all. Yeah. Next one. Dweller. Wicked. Resident Evil?
Yep.
Resident
That's it.
Evil. Locking
Resident
it in.
Evil. Yep.
Resident Evil.
Good job.
All right. Next one. Glacier. Hiker.
Ice Climber.
Ice climber. Yeah. Next one. Lunatic. Manor. Maniac Mansion.
Maniac Mansion. Yep. Just like Crazy Train. Wait, no.
I mean, that's in Rock Band or Guitar Hero. I can't remember which. Next one. Burial. Pirate. Burial. Pirate.
Grave thief, grave sailor, grave pirate, grave.
Pirate. Great. Burial. Pirate. Burial. Funeral? There's no game that starts with funeral, right? How many weddings in a funeral was it?
4 or 5.
Yeah, no, I'm the same. I'm like, I know there's alliteration in it, but I don't know which it is. That had a Super Nintendo game, right?
It sure did.
Burial, pirate.
So what is synonyms for pirates?
All right. That's tough, man, because it's like, is it thief?
Sailor.
Not rogue. Surely not
Rogue.
rogue, right? So I like sailor, but I can't think of anything. I can't think of any game that ends with sailor.
'Cause I'm just thinking Grave Digger, but Grave Digger didn't have his own game.
The Dave
did
Matthews
it?
song?
Through the monster truck.
The monster truck?
Grave Digger.
They have
yeah.
names? Bigfoot is one.
Bigfoot.
right?
Grave Digger is like the biggest one next to Bigfoot. I have seen in person both Bigfoot and Grave Digger.
What?
Yeah.
Chris Black, who we mentioned earlier, has RC Bigfoot.
Nice.
That's what we were doing jumps on Valentine's Day. Jumps with. We weren't jumping on it.
Sick
That would break it.
flips.
It wasn't real Bigfoot. Tiny Bigfoot.
Tiny Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Littlefoot.
Littlefoot. Not the dinosaur.
No, they're both dead either way.
Yeah, it's true. Burial Pirate. I don't think we know this one.
Yeah, I want to say grave something. Grave
Thief.
thief. Grave sailor.
Swashbuckler. Grave Swashbuckler.
Yeah, I don't know. I give.
Me too. I'm going with Grave Swashbuckler. Tomb Raider. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Last one. Avenger Ocho. So something 8?
Crazy 8. What's that game that ends in 8?
Final Fantasy 8. I don't think Final Fantasy is synonymous with Avenger. Damn, we were doing so well
We
too.
were.
After Pac-Man. Oh God.
Avenger. What's the synonym for Avenger?
Like, is it an Avenger maybe? Like Captain America 8. Iron Man 8. Hawkeye 8. I went to Hawkeye 3rd.
Because I'm wondering if it's the two together or something.
Like, how do you mean the two
Avenger
together?
Ocho of.
Oh, like it's like Designate or something like
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Maybe.
Hulk 8, Captain 8, America 8. I don't know.
Black Widow 8.
Black Widow.
I don't know, dude. I'm going to go with Final Fantasy 8. It's
Okay.
not right, but I don't have any other. Monster Party. Locking it in. Monster Party. It is Vigilante 8? That's a video game I have never heard of.
Nope, I don't know what that
Vigilante
is.
8. I don't feel bad about missing that one. I'm going to have to look that one up. I believe that it's a video game. I haven't heard of it. Okay. The only one I feel really bad about missing is Pac-Man.
Well, we had to get that one wrong to get the flow of the game.
Right. We're getting our water legs.
Yeah.
That's right. All right.
That was good.
Yeah. Thank you, Matt. I appreciate it.
I was waiting for Double Dragon. I was waiting for the whole time.
Because of the double noun
Yeah.
thing? Yeah.
No, but I
Two
really like
fire-breathing reptilian monsters.
No, but that was thank you, Bovine.
Yeah.
Bovine Bear. That
yeah.
was very good.
Very good quiz. That one was fun. Do we do anything else on the show?
I don't think so.
Okay. You want to
Huge ass outro.
You want to stop doing the? You want to? I mean, we'll continue. You want to continue doing the show? But would you
Yeah.
like to stop recording this episode?
Sure.
All right. Okay.
All right. Bye.
See you guys. Happy birthday, Tyler.
Thank you.
Do you want to choose what game we're gonna play next?
Yes. God, yes. I do look forward to this
I
every
do too.
week.
I do too. I do too.
All right. Tell me when you're ready.
All right. I'm ready. Let's do it. I'm communing with the randomizer now.
Randomizer. We prayed the for thine dark blessing. It's my birthday randomizer. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Stop.
529.
Could be anything.
Could be anything.
Could be anything.
But it is Star Fox.
Oh, okay.
Gotta pray again.
Yep. Gotta-
You know,
That's the 8-ball. Like
you're right. Yeah, please ask again. When we get to when this show is like episode 1000, randomizer, it's gonna be like, okay, 529, Star Fox.
We're gonna have to write an actual program that blocks out the ones we've done.
Yeah, exactly. Or I'm gonna have to learn how to do spreadsheets better.
It's still my birthday randomizer. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Stop.
6.
Oh, fuck.
6.
Oh, fuck.
Just 1 6, but I want to say 6 again. 6.
6. What is 6?
Got any guesses?
Is it out for chicken?
Not out for chicken.
Is it Arrow Fighters?
Oh boy, I wish it was Arrow the Acrobat.
Fuck yeah.
It is Acme Animation Factory.
Awesome.
So we're gonna have 2 non episodes in a row.
I think this could be potentially funny. So yeah, all right.
All right, there we go. And I gotta be honest, you might not look. I've never played Acme Animation Factory. I'm aware of it. Mm-hmm. I've never played it, but I'm actually very grateful, Randomizer. I know you're listening because I don't know what my weekend is going to look like. Earlier, I said that I stream on Sundays. I'm probably still going to stream this Sunday, but Nikki's got surgery in Nashville.
Yep.
If that all goes as planned, if that all goes well, I'll probably be back in time to stream. If not, I don't know. You guys find someone else to watch, please. Still have church, but in a different channel. Maybe, I don't know.
No, it's no problem. Choctopus will absolutely play this game on Twitch for everybody.
All right.
He can be the guest rector for TADPOG Church and stream Acme Animation Studio.
There are honestly, there are a lot of great candidates for guest streamer of this. I mean,
Come on, Coco.
Ruby Baron, Paul Kluel could
Yep.
do it because he streams consistently. But I hope it doesn't come to that. If I realize that it's going to come to that, then maybe I will reach out to somebody
Message will be sent.
to stream. Yeah, to stream Acme Animation Factory. Will it be better than Color a Dinosaur? I don't know.
Maybe we'll see.
That was a fun stream. I'm going to get just as altered as I was during the Color Dinosaur stream.
Because you'll have some painkillers from Nikki, so it'll be a fun episode.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Allegedly.
That's the Dalek who wants to skirt prosecution.
Take pills to get levitated. You mean high? Affirmative.
No, I assure you it'll be legal, whatever it is. It'll be legal.
Yep.
Depends on where you live.
Depends. Yep. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. You find our next episode over Acme Animation Studio. Well, are you tired of the AskReddit intros? You want something else? Send us something. You can mail us something to TADPOG Studios, care of Nicole and Nance, P.O. Box 3785, Paducah, Kentucky 42002. We won't be taking calls until we get some equipment sorted out, but you can still call us, 270-883-2555. We're on Facebook, facebook.com/tadpog, but that's not where the real shit goes down. The real shit, that level 1 dank shit is on Tadpog Nation. That level 2 dank shit,
Rank 2. Dank Galka is on Discord. So all you rank 2 Dank Galkas, get on fucking
rank
Discord.
2 adult dank Galka.
Yeah. Please be honest if you're under 18, because like on the Discord we do have an NSFW channel, and it is NSFW. So yeah. Don't do.
It's like Palace Chat. We're all just cybering all the time.
Right. I need to set up a channel for cyber. I need to set up a channel in Discord. It's a voice channel for cyber chat. If any of y'all want to fuck online, do it in our Discord. You can get to that by just, I don't know, man. Just type in bit.ly/tadpog Discord. I set up a group of channels in the Discord. If Mario Maker, the new Mario Maker is your thing, there are 3 channels in there. There's a channel in there if you want to share your creator ID so people can play your levels. Other people in the nation can play your levels. There's a channel that's set up that's just for your course IDs. And then there's general Super Mario Maker 2 chat as well.
Perfect.
So, I know a bunch of y'all are playing it. So if you're looking for a nice way to share it, I would have done it on Facebook, but it's like, that has to be a mess, right? Like this is a lot more organized, I feel like. So if you're on the fence, join Discord.
Join it up.
Yeah.
So we have a Twitter, tabpog_podcast on Twitter.
Cucumbers.
Tabpog, it's cucumbersome.
Yeah.
We both realize.
And dry at the base.
tabpog_podcast on Instagram. Hey, do you like t-shirts?
I love t-shirts. Holy shit.
Well, we have quite the selection of t-shirts for you, listener, at shirts.tagpog.com.
But not for me, a fucking host.
No. I don't have any Tadpog wear.
Do you not?
Melissa has the shirt, and then Melissa has the shirt that Janie and Michelle, the bootleg shirt they bought accidentally.
Yeah.
Amazon refunded their money, but said, "Hey, keep that bootleg shirt."
I'm really
and
glad
sent it to Melissa, so Melissa has that.
Cool. I have.
I don't know. I guess I feel weird with the shirt with my face on it, wearing it. So I don't have.
Yeah, don't wear it.
Just buy
it. Just buy it. And only one of them.
Melissa really wants the Dave style chicken shirt though, so I'll need to pick that one up.
Not a hot seller. So yeah, if she bought that would be, tell her it'd be really appreciated. But Jonathan Wilson, he has the Tad Dog.
Oh yes.
High margin food shirt, and like even if you don't buy it, go to shirts.tadpog.com and at least look at that shirt, because like he did a really good job. And we tried to like do the shirt in like different summer colors, because it's like they're hot dogs, and it's a reference to something we said here on the show. And I don't know, I think he did a really, really good job. So I at least, if you don't buy it, at least go and check it out, because like he did a really good job.
Oh, what else do we have to talk about that we do? Patreon. Hey man, did you enjoy this? If you did, even if you didn't, that's fine, but you can donate on Patreon if you'd like. That's patreon.com/tadpog. Chip in like $1 and you get access to all the bonus stuff that we've got on there. We have a bunch of bonus episodes. We have our pillow shoot that we did in our tuxedos with our waifu pillows. We've got some videos on there of Tyler throwing up. We've got good stuff on there. We're going to get back creating more on there. We didn't do anything in June. Shame on us, but we're going to get back on it. It's not, we're not disregarding it. It's just been, it's been hairy. I keep everybody with updates on Jack and stuff. So everything for me has been all over the place all the time. So we will make it up to you.
And things are about to get not as hairy for me, but hairier than it has been, because Nikki's going to need like a 6 to 8 week recovery. So it's like, that means that I've got to do some things around the house, which is like infinitely more things than I do around the house now. So it's going to be fun. But I'd like to thank a few people who recently donated. I would like to thank a new patron, Martin. Thank you.
Martin.
Damn, Gina.
We'll give him a title right now. Damn Gina Martin.
Damn Gina Martin Valancourt.
Yeah.
So there you go. I didn't want to say your last name at first because I didn't
We
know if I
also have
pronounced it
Damn
correctly.
Gina Martin Allgood, who also is very active in the TADPOG Nation. So I don't want to just pin it on one Martin.
Wait, we need Damn Gina Martin and we need Shanae Martin.
Oh, perfect. There you go. All right, Shanae Martin Allgood. Thank you. Done.
Next Patreon episode is on Martin. I'm saying it right
Okay.
now.
All right.
Next Patreon
All right.
episode is on Martin if I can find it streaming anywhere because I need to desperately catch up on Martin.
Melissa and I will sit in Jack's hospital room and watch the entirety of Martin.
Everyone who enters, every nurse and doctor who enters the room, are you watching Martin? Well, probably not the nurses. Maybe not even some of the doctors, because it's like I'm assuming doctors are older than us.
It's a teaching
They're not.
hospital, so the doctors are very young.
Oh boy! You're gonna expose some
Yeah.
people to Martin.
Is that the guy from Black Knight? Yes. Sit
It
down.
is, yeah.
Sit down, child. Heal my child, and then sit down and let me teach you something, child.
Is that the guy from the movie with guns and Beethoven pulls an outdoor swimming pool over at the end? And the first movie was funny, but the second one was a real disappointment. It is.
Uh-huh.
It is.
Yeah,
You're talking
yeah.
about Bad Boys 2, and it is. That is. Yeah.
Wasn't he Medea before like Medea was a thing? Yeah, Big Mama's house?
Yeah.
Damn right
Yeah,
he was.
pretty much he was. Well, we're spoiling good Patreon Martin material here.
Isn't he the guy who talked about like that guy who got his dick cut off and the SNL monologue was censored out completely? And he talked about like the state of women's vaginas. Yep, Martin Lawrence. You are correct.
Isn't he the comedian who, for at least Dave, coined the phrase "shower, not grower"? Yeah, he is.
That's pretty good.
Yes, he is.
As a person who is extremely familiar with Dave, but not at all with Martin Lawrence. If that's you, let us know.
I'd also like to thank someone I know personally from Apex, Justin
shit.
Brethurst.
Nice.
Justin, aka Lord Viper, thank you very much for the Patreon donation.
Oh, yeah.
And he's popped into Twitch chat from time to time too. So, dude, I really appreciate it. Open invitation to Justin, as far as I'm concerned, to be on the show
Okay.
with John Turley, because those guys are super close at Apex, and Ian. Let's get anyone at Apex want to come on do a show? Let's fucking do a show.
Hey, man, I think a Patreon Apex reunion that'd be a pretty good episode.
We could almost do that
bring
at prom.
Corey on, bring John and Ian, Brandon.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, all right, cool. I'm down for that. So yeah, Justin, next time you're in town, hit me up. Let's get you on the mics.
That would be pretty funny, telling stories and everybody drinking, telling stories about Apex. Like I would enjoy I don't have to be on the mics for that one. I just want to be in the room just listening, and that'd be pretty good.
It would be a lot of fun. Yeah. I love this idea. Yeah, I love it.
Our theme song is moved off Sycamore Drive. Link to that track found in the show notes at tadpog.com. How you want to close this out, Dave?
Our favorite fantasy character.
Favorite character in all of fantasy.
Typical dragon and kings and princesses.
Medieval fantasy.
I mean, it doesn't have to be exclusive to that. As long as it has a princess, a king, and a dragon, you're fine.
Okay. So until next time. Capricorn.
Who are you?
Bobby B, Game of Thrones.
I was Glenn, Chrono Trigger.
Nice.
Actually, I was Frog. Which I guess I just drew a line in the sand there. It's Frog and not Magus.
Yeah.
I did.
You did.
Just drew a line in the sand. It just felt right, man.
Kind of a big deal. That's your whole
I know.
asking questions rapid fire to see how you really feel.
Yeah, totally. And it's Frog. It is. It's Frog.
Yeah, I mean, because they even exist in the same era. So,
I know.
Yeah.
And I love Magus's character. I love Magus's character. I also love Frog and his character, but it's Frog.
Because I guess there's a mechanical dragon in that game. I'm trying to think of a straight up dragon.
Oh, mechanical dragon counts.
Okay. Because I know that, they have dinosaurs.
There's a dinosaur that breathes fire.
Yeah. But I was thinking like a traditional dinosaur.
Don't fucking ruin this for me.
No, there's a mechanical one. There is a mechanical one.
I get that it's July the Tooth, but
It's my birthday day.
fine. Fine. I was Shadow from Final Fantasy VI.
All right.
He just sounded froggy that day.
But is there a princess in Final Fantasy VI?
There's a prince. There could be several princesses in Final Fantasy VI.
I guess Realm technically is a princess.
Yeah, Terra as well, potentially.
Yeah.
Esper princess.
It's
yeah.
true. All right.
I don't know.
Prince Esper.
Yeah, maybe.
Is that a pretty good stinger?
Yeah.